Hey everybody, NovelistCrim here, and welcome to Writing Company and Motivation. This is an accountability stream which we host on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. And essentially, it's an accountability stream where we make sure that we're building toward whatever art that we're working on. It could be drawing, it could be noveling, but it's kind of like a dedication of 2 hours toward whatever project you're working on. We listen to some fun music here, and we also just kind of like have writing discussions and also shoot the shit essentially for the first half, and then we kind of just dive right into the nitty-gritty of good stuff. Let's see here. So should be my only fear is that a certain lovable character might die. So let's go on to the topic for tonight. I didn't write any journal entry tonight because I was kind of like running late. I wanted to do some exercise and I ended up going swimming, and that also requires like, you know, taking a shower afterward and all that good jazz. So kind of like set the schedule behind. I'd like to say it wasn't my fault. Thanks to the lady coming in like mad late, and I have to do the exercise like also mad late. It's kind of blue, but you know, you gotta play with the hand you're dealt with, you know what I mean? Anywho, let's talk a little bit about loss. So I had some interesting news today when I was at work. Now, by no means am I like a star player at my job, right? Like, there's certainly people who work way harder than I do, and while I do put in like a good amount of effort toward getting the jobs done, my goal is always the same. Like, I want to be a novelist. That's what I'm dreaming about. That's what I'm doing. So like, if you were to ask me to like, you know, pump out a lot more overtime, I'm more than likely going to tell you no, because I'm working toward my dream. You know, that's the thing that I want to do, and less time working toward that thing I want to do is painful and also slows me down. You can hold me back for God only knows how long. So I protect and guard the time that I'm given pretty fiercely, and it's kind of like the way I like it. But in recent news, my boss kind of called me earlier today, and he said that one of our star coworkers, like, you know, it's only been down to 2 coworkers. It's me, some other guy, and then the boss. So our star coworker, who's been like, you know, working hard for the company, just decided to up and quit today. So like, I guess the pressures of like work has been pretty like rough. I know that the guy has been busting out like mad hours of overtime and not even like really documenting it either, which is like bullshit. So I get where he's coming from, but I still can't help but feel like this weird measure of loss, you know? There's like it's like we tend to build these connections with characters and people that we like run into, and then the idea of the status quo being ended kind of makes it feel like that, like, I don't know, like a chunk of you is like gone away almost. It's weird, but yeah, that's that happened for him. So, and I guess in about 2 weeks, like, I don't know if the workload goes up, if I'm gonna get a raise, I don't know like what the hell is gonna happen, but it just feels weird that like somebody who's been working there longer than I have, who has more experience than I have, and, you know, presumably would have like probably more benefits and all these other things, no, it's just up and gone. And it was hard to see him go, because like he was the only person that I really enjoyed hanging out with the entire time, like while working. You know, my boss and I don't really see eye to eye. Not a really great guy in terms of understanding people or you know, communicating well, but the other guy was, you know, he was a very kind man, fun. Yeah, so it kind of sucks. It sucks to see people go, but sometimes these things happen, and they also happen during writing. I think that there's some times where it's easy to get attached to like characters and whatnot, and I think that when you get a little bit too attached, you run the risk of like kind of babying them, you know, like wrapping them up in bubble wrap and then not letting them you know, take those risks, take the to endure the conflict that would be necessary toward like an interesting story. I was dealing a little bit of that, or at least learning to understand that for a long while, and yesterday I was working on the story structure for my novel. I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do for the midpoint twist and how I want to handle these next coming chunks, roughly like 25% of the story next. So a lot of it's going to be playing hardball with characters and, you know, putting them through trials that are rougher than I would like to see them go through, but understanding that, like, for story, it's pretty damn good, you know? And it's just kind of like a weird relationship with my characters, I feel. It's like, you know, you love the characters and you don't want to see them fail. You want to see them succeed in all ways, but at the end of the day, the storytelling, though, some good stuff there. Seeing the struggle, seeing the lessons learned, and, you know, it really does grab interest, hardcore. It's more exciting and invigorating. But, so I guess, like, a thing that I would like to consider, too, is just, like, the loss of characters. Like, you know, when a character dies or something like that. I've killed a couple of characters in the story. No one who's, like, critically important yet. So, like, to put that down, like, you know, to have a character that you're really enamored with, like, I wonder if that's the same anxiety that you're gonna feel, you know, that loss of a friend, kind of like from, you know, from work. It's a strange concept to, like, kind of muse over, but I'm pretty sure that we'll figure it out as we move along. But other than that, I was having, like, a lot of doubts yesterday, or actually a couple days ago, before I sat down and, like, started figuring out, like, what I wanted to do with this story. Sometimes you won't have the right answers, like, right away. Sometimes when you sit down for writing, you're either going to draw a blank or you're going to write something that's completely inaccurate or trash, you know? But I think, like, learning to trust the process is pretty important too. When I was working on the story structure today, I ended up taking just an hour through lunch, figuring it out, laying out the pieces of the story and trying to, like, understand, okay, well, where am I going? And does this sound logical? And kind of roadmap my way through it. And once I got through it, you know, it felt pretty good. You kind of, like, go in with doubt, you don't know what you're doing, and then boom. Just the act of doing it, of trying and failing and deleting and, you know, seeing it's like, what about this? Does this work? Or, I don't know. Just playing around with it. It does help. It's like, I guess, like an iterative, oh my god, iterative method of trying it. So, let's move on to the writing portion, I suppose, because, like, it seems like we don't have, like, that many people. Usually it's on Friday nights, I understand. It seems like it's one of our more quiet times in the stream. It seems like people like to party on on Fridays and chill, so that's understandable. If things continue to get quiet, we might end stream early, just as a heads up. I know that, like, it's gonna be like 4th of July weekend, so a lot of people are probably popping around, having fun, doing their thing, and I might consider doing that too. Who knows? All right, so. All right, guys, we did a lot of good work today. I'm pretty sure, you know, we're all satisfied with our Friday efforts, but we're going to be switching over to something else. So thank you guys so much for coming out. Really appreciate the love and support. For those of you who are still watching, tune in. There's going to be more tonight. Just hang on as we swap the stream out. There's going to be probably like maybe 15-minute intermission as I go grab some alcohol and we can swap up. But yeah, anyways, thanks so much for coming out, guys. I really appreciate the love and support. Take it easy, and as always, stay passionate.
See you again.